The land breathes here. It is a slow, deep breath. You can feel it in the warm air that presses gently against your skin. Great limestone karsts rise from the earth. They are like ancient teeth, covered in a blanket of emerald green. They have watched over this place for millions of years. Their silence is profound. It holds stories of forgotten kingdoms and the patient work of water and wind. Below them, the world is alive with movement. The jungle canopy shifts in size, a living roof over a world teeming with secrets. It is a place that asks you to be still. It asks you to listen. The rivers move with a quiet purpose. They are the lifeblood of this landscape. Their surfaces are like polished glass, reflecting the endless blue of the sky. They carry silt from the highlands, nourishing the fields of rice that stretch out like a patchwork quilt. The water whispers as it flows past the tangled roots of mangroves. These are whispers of journeys, of beginnings and endings. The scent of damp earth and sweet decaying blossoms fills the air. It is the perfume of life itself, in all its constant, beautiful cycles of growth and return. Every drop of water, every grain of soil is part of an immense, interconnected story. Down on the coast, the sea tells a different tale. It speaks in the gentle rhythm of waves. They wash over sands as white and fine as powdered sugar. The water is a dozen shades of turquoise, clear enough to see the darting movements of small, brightly colored fish. The wind moves through the tall palms. It creates a soft, rustling music that has soothed travelers for centuries. This is a place of immense calm. It is a place where the boundaries between land, sea, and sky seem to blur. Here, one can begin to understand the sheer, overwhelming power of nature's artistry. This is a world painted in vivid strokes. The shocking pink of a bougainvillea vine, the deep orange of a monk's robe against a gray temple wall, the iridescent flash of a kingfisher's wing. It is a feast for the eyes, a sensory overload that somehow brings a sense of peace. Every corner you turn reveals a new wonder. A hidden waterfall cascading into a crystal pool, a vast cave system silent as a cathedral. This land does not shout its beauty. It reveals it slowly to those who have the patience to look and to listen with their whole being. If you've enjoyed this journey into the heart of Thailand, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more cinematic explorations and untold stories from around the world. Join us as we continue to unveil the wonders that await. To truly see this land, one must look into the faces of its people. There is a gentleness here, a quiet strength that is reflected in their eyes. It is the kind of strength that comes from a deep connection to tradition and to each other. You see it in the way they move, with a certain deliberateness and grace. It is there in the easy smiles they offer to strangers, a gesture of welcome that feels both ancient and immediate. This is a culture that values harmony, not just in music or art, but in the simple, everyday interactions between human beings. The women of this land, in particular, carry a remarkable presence. They possess a beauty that is not just skin deep. It is a beauty that radiates from within, born of resilience and a profound sense of self. Their hands, often busy with the tasks of daily life, weaving silk, preparing food, tending to their families, move with an elegance that turns work into a form of art. They are the keepers of tradition, the storytellers, the heart of the community. In their posture, in the gentle tilt of their heads, there is a quiet dignity that commands respect without ever demanding it. This respect is woven into the very fabric of the language and culture. The traditional greeting, the wai, is a gesture of profound meaning. The hands are brought together as if in prayer, and the head is bowed. The higher the hands are held, the deeper the respect being shown. It is a beautiful, physical expression of humility and recognition of the other person's spirit. It is performed for elders, for monks, for anyone to whom respect is due. It is a constant reminder that every individual is worthy of honor, a small but powerful ritual of connection. Even in the bustling markets, amidst the noise and the chaos, this inherent grace is present. A vendor arranging her fruits into a perfect, colorful pyramid. a mother gently guiding her child through the crowd, a group of friends sharing a joke, their laughter light and unburdened. These are the small moments that reveal the true character of a people. It is a character built on a foundation of kindness, a deep-seated belief in the importance of community, and an unshakable sense of grace that seems to flow as naturally as the rivers that shape their land. Life here moves to two different rhythms, often at the same time. One is the ancient, unhurried pulse of tradition. It is the rhythm of the seasons, of planting and harvesting. It is the sound of temple bells calling the faithful to prayer at dawn. This rhythm is tied to the land, to the cycles of the moon, and to beliefs that have been passed down through countless generations. It is a rhythm that provides comfort and continuity. It anchors the people in a shared history, giving meaning and structure to their lives in a world that is constantly changing. Then there is the other rhythm, the frantic electric pulse of modernity. It is the roar of tuk-tuks weaving through city traffic. It is the glow of neon signs and the constant hum of air conditioners. In the cities, skyscrapers of glass and steel reach for the sky, casting shadows over centuries-old temples. Young people stare into the bright screens of their smartphones, connected to a global conversation. This rhythm is fast, demanding, and full of the promise of progress. It represents a different kind of future, one of ambition and global connection. The most fascinating thing is how these two rhythms coexist. They do not always clash. Often, they blend into a unique and complex harmony. A businessman in a sharp suit might stop to buy a garland of jasmine flowers from a street vendor to leave as an offering at a small shrine. A family might gather for a traditional meal, their conversation punctuated by the notifications on their phones. It is a delicate dance, a constant negotiation between the old ways and the new. This is not a culture in conflict with itself, but one that is actively and artfully adapting. You can see this blend everywhere. In the kitchens, ancient recipes are prepared using modern appliances. In music, traditional instruments are blended with electronic beats to create something entirely new and vibrant. Monks in saffron robes carry mobile phones, and ancient martial arts are practiced in state-of-the-art gyms. It is this ability to absorb and adapt without losing the core of its identity that is perhaps one of the most remarkable characteristics of this culture. The past is not a museum piece here. It is a living, breathing part of the present, shaping the future in unexpected ways. Every landscape, no matter how beautiful, has its shadows. And here, the brilliant light of the culture can sometimes cast a long and complicated one. For decades, the world has whispered about a certain side of this country's nightlife. It is a reputation built on a complex web of economics, history, and human desire. This side of life is visible in certain districts of the big cities, where bright lights promise entertainment and companionship. It has become a part of the country's modern myth, a story told and retold, often without nuance or understanding. It is important to look at this phenomenon, not with judgment, but with a desire to understand. The reasons behind it are not simple. They are tied to poverty in rural areas, to family obligations, and to a lack of other economic opportunities. For many, it is not a choice made lightly, but a path taken out of necessity. It is a story of survival, of making difficult decisions in a world that offers few easy answers. To sensationalize it is to ignore the human beings at its heart, to reduce their complex lives to a simple and often misleading stereotype. This industry is a small and often hidden part of a much larger and more diverse society. To allow it to define the entire nation is a profound mistake. It is like looking at a magnificent tree and seeing only a single withered leaf. The vast majority of the people here live lives far removed from this world. They are farmers, teachers, artists, and entrepreneurs. Their days are filled with hard work, family, and faith. Their reality is one of community and tradition, of simple joys and shared struggles, a world away from the neon-lit fantasies. Understanding this shadow requires a shift in perspective. It means seeing the economic pressures that create such choices. It means recognizing the dignity and resilience of the people involved, without condoning the exploitation that can occur. It is a reminder that paradise is never perfect. It is a reminder that even in the most beautiful of places, life is complicated and often difficult. The shadow does not diminish the light. It simply makes the picture more complete, more honest, and ultimately more human. It is a part of the story, but it is not the whole story. Beyond the cities and the shores, another world exists. A world ruled by nature in its purest form. Here, in the dense green heart of the national parks, the air itself feels ancient. The trees form a great vaulted ceiling high above. Sunlight struggles to pierce the canopy, sending down ethereal shafts of light that illuminate the forest floor. The sound is a symphony of life, the constant high-pitched hum of insects. The sudden piercing call of an unseen bird. The rustle of leaves as some small creature moves through the undergrowth. Listen closely, and you can hear the larger inhabitants. The distant, mournful call of a gibbon, echoing through the valleys. It is a sound that speaks of wildness, of freedom, of vast, unbroken spaces. In the shadows, a herd of elephants moves with surprising silence. They are the architects of this forest, their great size and gentle passage shaping the landscape around them. To see them here, in their natural home, is to witness a remnant of a wilder, older world. They move with a wisdom that feels timeless, their deep, rumbling communications a language we can only begin to comprehend. The life here is interconnected in a delicate and intricate dance. A tiger, the apex predator, moves like a ghost through the jungle, its presence felt more often than it is seen. Its existence depends on the healthy populations of deer and wild boar. Those, in turn, depend on the abundance of vegetation. And the vegetation depends on the rains, the soil, and the pollinating insects. Every single living thing, from the smallest fungus to the largest mammal, plays a crucial role. It is a perfect, self-sustaining system, a masterpiece of evolution refined over millions of years. This wild soul is the true treasure of the land. It is fragile, and it is under threat. But for now, it endures. It is a sanctuary, a place of profound peace and power. To walk in these forests is to feel humbled by the scale and complexity of life. It is to be reminded that we are just one small part of a much greater story. The whispers of the jungle are a call to remember this connection, to protect these last wild places where the soul of the earth can still be felt, raw and untamed. As dawn breaks over the mountains, a soft mist hangs in the valleys. The world is painted in shades of gray and pale rose. The first rays of sun touch the golden spires of a temple, making them glow as if lit from within. This is a moment of quiet transformation, of the world awakening. It is a time for reflection, for gratitude. Throughout the country, in villages and in cities, people are beginning their day. The air fills with the scent of cooking fires, of incense, and of the fresh morning dew. It is a new beginning, rich with possibility. This land is a place of endless discovery. It is more than just beautiful beaches and ancient ruins. It is a living, breathing culture, full of warmth, complexity, and profound grace. It is a place that challenges your perceptions and opens your heart. The true journey here is not about the places you see, but about the connections you make. It is about the shared smiles, the moments of quiet understanding, and the feeling of being welcomed into a story much older and larger than your own. It is a journey that changes you. The future of this nation is being written every day. It is being written in the rice paddies, in the bustling city offices, in the quiet monasteries, and in the vibrant art studios. It is a story of balance, of holding on to a precious heritage while embracing the relentless march of the future. The challenges are real. Environmental pressures, economic disparities, and the pull of globalization are all powerful forces. Yet, the resilience of the people, their deep-rooted optimism, and their gentle spirit provide a powerful source of hope. The whispers of the land continue. They are in the wind that rustles the palm fronds, in the rivers that flow to the sea, and in the gentle voices of its people. It is a story without an end. It is a continuous unfolding, like a lotus flower opening its petals to the sun, one by one. To have stood here, to have listened, is to carry a piece of that story with you. It is a reminder that beauty, grace, and resilience can be found everywhere, if we only take the time to look and to listen to the quiet heart of the world.